I am Sajid Tarar from Washington, D.C., and now I'm going to tell you a few shocking things because first, I am Muslim, second, I'm conservative, third, I'm Republican, and I'm a hardcore Donald Trump supporter, which is very unique, which makes me very unique. And today I want to talk about a few things. First of all, I want to talk about Minnesota, which has shocked me, which has disturbed me. Looting in this country has disturbed me, shocked me. And another thing I want to talk about, what is going on in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the rally. And another thing I want to talk about, the civil rights in this country and the state of Democrat Party. First of all, my question to all of my fellow Americans, my friends, those that call themselves Antifa, those call themselves Black Lives Matter, and a lot of other different names, socialist, communist, or something. What was Minnesota? The governor is Democrat. Minneapolis mayor is Democrat. City council president, Democrat. Everybody is Democrat there. And they are here in Washington, D.C. They are looting everywhere in New York. And they're blaming Donald Trump. Here I wanted to remind you where the country was divided. Country was divided on Barack Obama's watch, when Baltimore burned, when Charlotte burned, Ferguson was burned. Who was the president then? First and last African American president. He promised police reforms. He promised the judicial reforms. Could not deliver nothing. And guess what? Who was his partner? Sleeping Joe. He has to own that. He has to answer that. What happened during 8 years? If you still have any objections, if you think I'm racist, I'm not racist. But Google Barack Obama's appointments of 8 years. People always ask me, is it true that America still don't justify the civil rights? Is the America is racist against African Americans? My answer is this: 14% of the population, and they had their own president. What do you think, this is not enough? And the man could not deliver nothing. He cheated us all with two words: hope and change. He came from Chicago, could not change Chicago. Chicago still today is a capital murder of America. Why he's not going back? He could not change. He has to own that. Could not do anything. Baltimore, last Republican mayor in Baltimore was 1967. You know what the Baltimore is? 7 murders on Memorial Day. 3 Democrat mayors have gone to jail for corruption. That's what the Baltimore is. I have no clue about it, what the Democrats gonna run on. They have ran out of personalities. They have ran out of mandate. Any ideas? Nothing. Why Donald Trump won the election? Because he was not a politician. He was against establishment. He was against the swamp and the non-working Washington, D.C. He was against the Congress, which has become a non-working institution. Majority of Americans, they have lost their faith in Congress. That's why Donald Trump won the election. Now, people are thinking, there's a mindset. First of all, they were using Corona against Donald Trump. They were thinking that if we put everybody in Corona, he might lose. Then, all the sanctuary city mayors and governors came up, and they thought if there is more looting, it will work against Donald Trump. My question is this: if you are burning, if you are looting Gucci stores and Rolex stores and you are burning the New York the way you did in Soho, what do you think, is going to help racism or is going to increase racism? That's my question. And a lot of people have answered. People are watching it. Something else I wanted to tell you. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Mayor of the city has asked people to remove, not to get in lines there. And the funny thing today I wanted to share, the CNN, what I read on CNN, this is exactly the saying was, how risky is to attend Tulsa rally. And who was the expert? Guess what? Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Dr. Gupta, were you sleeping when the country was looting and burning by thousands and thousands of people without any masks? Where were you then? Today, you came up out of nowhere and you are asking people how risky it is to go to Tulsa. But when DC was burning, when Minnesota was burning, when New York was burning, when they were burning precincts without masks, you were sleeping then? People have seen your real faces of CNN, regardless how you try to do it. It's not going to work. My question is this. You know what is going to be on the ballot? First of all, the corona. After corona, we were not out of corona, but you heard you backstab America by Mr. Floyd. My question again. Minnesota, a Democrat state. 4 police officers suspended. Second-degree murder charges. President has called the family to make sure that justice will be delivered. But it was not enough for you. You wanted to burn America. This will be on the ballot. Who will restore the law and order in this country? Second thing, the way you have damaged this country from $800 million to $1 billion, who can fix it? And that will not be the Sleepy Joe. Because that man is a professional politician. He is 44 years in the power, 32 years in Senate, 8 years in the White House. That is a profession. He has raised his family out of democracy. That's a shame. That's not what democracy is about. And his son, that's another beauty. He has made money from Ukraine and China. How he is going to justify it? People have seen he was bragging on TV the way he handled the Ukrainian situation. When he comes to the debate, how he's going to protect himself. That will be on the ballot. And I'm looking forward for that ballot. I'm looking forward to have Donald Trump and Sleepy Joe's debates. That will be very interesting. But the another thing is that I wanted to tell you, as a Muslim and as a conservative, you think, well, I'm not part of, I don't face racism? How September 11th has changed my life in this country? I love America. I'm a patriotic American. I still work more than 70 hours a week. Why CNN is not doing any program on me? Why they are not interested in my side of racism? Why? That's the question. Because they are fake news and people are sick and tired. And that will be decided again in November. Matter of fact, frankly speaking, most of us, we are Trumpers. We are worried about what is going to happen after Donald Trump. Because reason, Donald Trump is going to be term out. You know what Donald Trump is facing right now? Donald Trump is facing 1.5 parties opposition and 110% media, which is liberal. Even then, Fox has changed their model. Donald Trump is facing Democrats, socialists, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, which is a racist statement. Every life on this planet matters. Especially the people, those put the uniform on. Blue lives matter. Those are the people protecting our freedom. Their lives matter. And that will be on the ballot. And I hope you enjoy this 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And I hope that if you have any friend who's a journalist, tell them there are a lot of minorities in this country. Second biggest minorities are they are Hispanic Americans. We are Muslims Americans. They are Sikh Americans. They are Hindu Americans. And we are working hard, keeping this country alive. And you are just neglecting us, rejecting us, and we won't let you do that. God bless America.